it will be converted into bit, and
Bit
when
converted into bits.
yeah, bytes, and
Okay.
when it will be go any of the network, you can get same object what you have converted, means you have
Okay.
serialized.
Okay. So what's the purpose of serial version URL ID?
So it should be if you are mentioning inside the class any serial version, then that same serial version you have to use to decode the inside the network. Means on the another hand, you have to use same serial version ID to convert inside the object.
Okay. So let's say I created a serialized object, let's say class employee. Okay.
Yeah.
So in there it was like only name and father name was there. Then I serialized it.
Mm.
Now what I'm doing is I added one more field, let's say roll number.
Mm.
Okay. And then I again serialized it. So I have two serialized object. One was prior to roll number and one is prior with roll number.
Mm.
So now I'll deserialized both. So what will happen in this case?
Both serialized object you will get the same object if first you will third three
But
field,
in both the cases, while deserializing, I have the same class with all the three fields: roll number, name, father name.
both the object. No,
Yeah, like serialized were with without roll number and with roll number, but I am receiving the object in basically in new object which is having three fields. So I'm
okay.
trying to deserialize both object in same. So what will happen in this case?
So in this case, you will get all three object with all three field.
Okay.
Mm.
So let's say in the serialized object which is not having roll number, that was serialized and deserialized. So what will be the value of roll number in this case?
It will zero, otherwise it is null.
How like int can be null?
Means if int you are assigning, then it should be zero, and if you are assigning integer, it can be null.
Okay, nice. So on the same line, so I have another case. Okay, I have a parent and a child class. Okay,
Hmm.
and child class is implementing serializable.
Hmm.
Okay, now and also extends the parent class. So in parent class there is a int variable int, let's say p is equals to 10,
Hmm.
and in child class int c is equals to 20. Okay,
Hmm.
like c for child and p for parent. Now I serialized child class
Hmm.
and now deserialized it. With the deserialized object I printed p and c variables. So what would be the value you can expect from deserialized object?
The
Okay.
c
Okay.
int c equal to 5, and you are
Okay.
serializing that object, you will get int c equal to 5 in that case, and
And what about the parent p? P is equals to
p
10.
equals to 10, then same value you will get, because that the variable is different na?
Yeah, variable is different, but will it get serialized? Firstly,
No. If child is serialized, only child will get serialized. If parent is
okay.
serialized, then child is also serialized.
No, no. In our case, child was only serialized.
So only child will be serialized.
Yes. Then what will be the value of p if I do sys out of c and p, and these are getting printed through deserialized object?
If it is int, then you'll get zero.
Okay. Means it is not serializing and also deserializing is also not happening.
Hmm.
That's why it is zero.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. So what is try with resource in Java? So you might have written try, then circle braces, then object.
Try catch your
That is
exception handler.
try catch is normal thing.
Uh,
Like the way, whereas you have try with resource also. There is a way you can write. Okay, so let's jump to Java memory side. So what you are aware of Java memory? So how it is distributed?
So JVM allocate the memory, means JVM is interactive with the operating system, and garbage collector is there. And in garbage collector, some suppose some variable is not in use, so garbage collector run and basically remove that object from the memory, and then it will be create a blank space.
So do you know how many type of garbage collectors are there?
Doing all those things we don't have to do. I'm
No,
not.
no, but you have to say like which type of GC you want in your project. So you have 7 to 8 type of GCs, garbage collectors. So like CMS, sequential, parallel, concurrent mark and sweep, G1 GC, hotspot GC, ZGC. So there are like on each Java versions we have default GCs that gets executed by default. But
Mm,
sometimes while doing the performance tuning and all, we need to customize these also.
okay.
So you might have heard like heap size. So how we manipulate the heap size?
So configure inside your project that that much heap size I required.
How
So
to how to
in
how
application dot property you can define it like that.
how
Syntax I am not remember, but it's in Spring
XMX
Boot.
and XMS,
Spring Boot.
XMX and XMS,
Sorry.
XMX and XMS. You are aware heap size? How to configure heap
Yeah.
size using XMX?
In
Java's runtime argument XMX and XMS, maximum and minimum
yeah,
heap.
maximum and minimum. So that.
In React size, Jay. So what is JSX?
So JSX, it's like same as .js file. You can define inside the JSX all your component. Suppose you have a class component one, so you can define your class component one, and you can write constructor or React lifecycle method and render method, and you can pass reducer inside that also. So that
Okay.
for the
So can you tell me like what is reducer by the way?
reducer is memory for the redux. So when you are calling some any API and you are getting data from that, so in you can store that data inside the reducer of the memory of the browser. So when same data will be required from any other resources, so you can use that data.
So what is the difference between real DOM and a virtual DOM?
So only the particular component will be changed, means it will not re-render all the DOM. Only that component will be rendered which is getting changed. Suppose you have one line change, only in the virtual DOM only one line of the that component will be changed.
Okay. What is one-way data binding?
um,
What is exports versus export? Like exports and export.
So export is like you are exporting some only one classes, like you have a component, and you want to export that only that component. So in that case you have to use export and component name like ABC, and then it can be used inside any other component, like your parent component or any other component. You have to only import that and use that the name of that component. And exports is like.
Uh, if you like, I ask you to create a normal component. So what all things you will think of while creating a component? Like
So
how to create it? Like yep.
yeah, so firstly I
Let's
have
say
to.
drop down. I'll
Yeah.
help you with some. Let's
Yeah.
say drop down. Any drop down.
Yeah, so suppose I'm creating a class. First I need to import the required like react comma component inside the curly braces, and from the react and all other like constants or any class you required inside that. Then you write class component name and extend component, and then you need to create a constructor. Inside that you can write if some property is you want to inherit from the another class, so you can write like super and dot inside that props you can write, and you can define your state of the current component in the object this dot state, and inside the object you can write all those component you want to define or by default. And then you can create life cycle like component did mount, or like that you can do whatever you want to do inside that. And you can define inside that arrow function like function logic you want to do. You suppose in the case of counter, count plus and count minus in the that example, you can create increment operator and set a state inside that, and
Got
then
it.
you
Got
can
it.
create render function.
That's all. That's all. I think that's sufficient. So can you tell me what is ES6 features? What is ES6 by the way?
Yeah, ES6 feature is introduced like this is arrow function is a part of the ES6 feature, and there are multiple feature in this has been introduced, and functional component is also introduced. I have not worked on the functional component, but because at that time I was not working on that. But like arrow function and spread operator, and there are multiple feature has been introduced at that time when ES6 is introduced.
Okay. So what is destruction? Destruction or destructing, if you are aware. Like no issues. What is const versus where?
So where is like a global variable you are defining, and it can be used inside the your over all the classes. So and const is like it's like variable you are defining inside the suppose you are defining inside the and where I also same it has accessibility on overall the class. Um, let is a variable you can do inside the function itself.
Okay.
Its scope is inside the function.
Local to method.
Yeah.
Okay. So in Java 8, if I come to Java again, so you know what is functional interfaces?
Yeah. So functional
Yes.
interfaces is like you can define only one abstract method, and you can have a multiple default or a static method. So in functional interface is basically introduced to use lambda expression. So there because there is only one abstract method is there, so you can define because without using the name of the that function name, and all you don't need to know, you can use arrow function, and inside the bracket you can define your parameter, and you can define the means business logic of that interface.
Okay. What is consumer and by consumer? So in Java, so you are aware of like tree map or hash map.
Yeah.
You're aware.
Hmm.
Their internal working. You are aware of it.
Hmm.
Okay. So there is a one method like named as put
Yeah.
in hash map. So what is the
Hmm.
return type of it? Return type of put method.
Will not return anything. It is directly putting the data uh, inside the hash map. It, there's there is no return type, I think.
Okay. Okay. So in Spring Boot, you have used AutoWire and Beans.
Yeah.
Is it like
Hmm.
add that AutoWire, add that Bean? What is the difference between these two?
So at the rate autowire is like you are auto wiring some class, right? So in that if you are auto wiring some service or some any type of or repository, you can use the all the function inside that. The bean is a method level annotation. So if you want to explicitly use that method, and inside the method class level, you have to use at the rate configuration. So the bean is annotated with this type of things. You can use that bean on the method level, but auto wire is a class level, means it will get the object of the particular service or repository or anything, any component, you can say in the general term. So it will get the object of the component, and it will get the object of the component you can use inside that. But in the bean you can use only method level annotation is that.
You might have heard about a request parameter and path variables
Yeah.
also. So you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, so request parameter is like suppose you are sending data inside the body, either it from the either in the, from the front end or postman. Inside the body you are passing the parameter from the key value pair, so at the rate request param is there. For that case you are passing the data inside the url path. Means suppose you have a some id you have to pass, like in our case we are passing movie id for the particular getting seat layout for the particular instance. So in that case, you can use
And what about design patterns? Have you worked on any like factory pattern or
the
something
builder
like this?
builder pattern
Okay.
and singleton pattern I worked on.
Okay. And what about microservices? You have exposure to
Yeah,
those?
yeah, I worked on the microservices.
Current in your current project, microservices
Yeah,
there or not?
yeah. Current project microservice.
Okay. So can you tell me like how do microservices are interacting with each other in your
Yeah,
system?
in the microservices we have multiple services, and for interacting with them, you can use REST template. We are using Fan client for
Pains client. Okay.
yeah,
Or have you implemented JWT also in your system?
yeah,
JWT or OAuth
JWT.
2?
No, JWT
Okay.
token implemented.
Okay. How the JWT gets expired?
You have to define inside the application dot property that the what is the time you want, how much time you want to expire that system. Means inside the application dot property you can define by this time you can expire. This token will be expired.
So Jay, in database sites, you have exposure
Yeah,
to
MySQL and
database,
MySQL, MySQL and
MySQL and
MSSQL.
okay, MySQL. So you know what is indexing in a database?
Yeah, so for suppose you have a multiple huge data inside. Suppose we have a booking table, and inside that large number of data. So we index booking ID and some user ID, so that when we want to search or you want to get some data through the user ID, that get the booking ID from this user ID. So in that case. Indexing is help to fast searching fast of your query. Means it will get faster result inside the when you run query. So that's why indexing is getting done.
Say you have a unique constraint. So what problems you think of, or what is the solution of this unique constraint? So why it may have occurred?
So yeah,
String s is equals to my name is double quotes my name two times name two time is j then j two times again. Okay, so I want you to like write a simple program with the key and value counting the occurrence of a string,
is using a stream or without a stream.
whatever suits you. Like string to be available, like you can write. Are you showing notice period or
Yeah,
still?
sorry, sorry.
So when's the last date?
That's it.
Oh, you are running last week only.
Yeah, yeah.
Just nice. And what's the rent location?
Gurgaon.
You belong from Goa only.
No, no, I belong from Bihar.
Okay, like this. Okay, you're going to be from like.
Yeah, right. Right.
You have your future and all,
Yeah,
like future and whatever future and all these
yeah,
things.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
nice. Yeah, that's all. Okay. Okay, thank you. You can stop the sharing the screen. And what about Kafka? Like, have you worked on it?
Yeah, yeah. Worked on the Kafka in my project. We have used Kafka for the sending SMS or logging feature. For the logging feature, we have used uh, So in that feature, what we are doing that when our ticket is getting booked, we put the all the we put all the data inside the through the producer. We put inside the partition and inside the topic, and then our consumer is getting reading that data through that topic, and it will send the SMS. And also we are committing data to the in the inside the Vista. So for that case also, all the seat will be committed to the Kafka.
Okay. I'm done with the interview question. So it's your turn now. If you have any question, then let me know. Otherwise, we can wind up the call.
Yeah, that's fine. I am fine with that.
Okay, you don't have any question?
No.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Jay. Have a nice
Thank you.
day. Bye
Thank you.
bye. Take
Bye
care.
bye.